All right, let's get into part 40. And we've already looked at that. The mystery. Okay, let me get rid of stuff we've already done. Hang on just a quick second. Did I do all that? Steely Dan's FM backwards to Trump? 1,666 weeks. 383 in the months. Murder, 666. 79 murders in the hours along with 888. Steely Dan's FM, no static at all to Trump because he is the FM. We know what FM stands for, don't we? And then when I run that date, Steely Dan's FM to today. Let's run it to the 25th. I could have swore I already did all that. Hey, 1968 in tonight's Bible study. What do you know? Because 68, did you know that 68, you know how we've shown you in all these videos that 68 matches Trump in reverse reduction, that matches Antichrist in reverse reduction? Well, the dog days of summer are 68, as Donald John Trump is 68. Donald John Trump, and that's in reduction. So Donald J. Trump is 68 in reverse reduction, and he matches the dog days of summer, the 68 in reduction. That's why 1968 is always just so gigantic. And, and there's the murder in his name from Steely Dan's FM. The Fleetwood Mac, Hypnotized, was October 15th, 1973. Yeah, and that was 19307, 19309 on Rising Day. And yeah, anyway, I thought I already did all that. So Taxi Driver, that crazy movie, there's your 388 over there. And Taxi Driver, where is Taxi Driver? I didn't already do Taxi Driver, did I? Gee, the world's one of my proud. Like I began it over here. Sorry. Joe Biden's bicycle crash on June 18th, 2022. Donnie Darko, when he wakes up, his bicycle's down. I mean, Donnie Darko at the beginning of the movie, he's on the ground and his bicycle's on the ground. And so when we hit that, it's 1531, off the charts with the personal ciphers there. Which, no reason to share that with y'all. Here's the one I wanted to share with you. Finally, we get to something that's meaningful. Donnie Darko director's cut is the real film. It's longer and it's deeper and it's got better stuff. Okay. 134 minutes. 34 is murder, as we've shown you many times. But look at the worldwide release. It's on Rising Day, August 27th. What are the chances of that? Well, 1 in 365. That's what. Alex Jones, February 11th, 1974. Alex Jones is 9/11 to the Rising Day. And if you put him to the event day, the upside down 666, 19,099. And you got to be saying, that's impossible. Donald John Trump matching Dog Days of Summer in all 4 ciphers. Toy Story, none of that is actually prep, so I'll do that later. Yes, we will do that later. Here's all our gigantic prep over here, I guess. Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. Look at the rating, 68. Everything in his world is 68. 68 is his world. That's his number, not the 88 and all that kind of stuff. And I'll tell you a date that would be interesting would be August 8th, 1968, for your 88. Well, let's go October. That was once the 88th month. It's not bad. It's 11/9 and all that, but let's do our 88 here. It's kind of event 201 coding. It's 58 years, 696. 508 for May 8th begins the hours also. Oof. And it's 58 years. Yeah, that's a cool deal. I was just curious. So, a series of unfortunate events. Well, we know what their unfortunate event is. Having to kill the sheep and all that good stuff. Beginning World War III and all that good stuff. So the movie, December 17th, 2004. When you run into our murder date, it's murder 7982. And you're like, well, that's perfect. So Alex Jones, perfect. And then Lemony Snicket's, Jim Carrey, perfect. Next up, Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. There's your 138 for Donald Trump and Simple Gematria right over there. There's your 83, which is murder. And one of the four base ciphers right there. I chose both these movies because they're the longest titles ever. And it's January 29th, 1964. But it's Stanley Kubrick. And sure enough, on Rising Day, it's 285, the address of Fulton Street in the days. Baked right into it. By the way, watch this. Sean Connery's death. October 31st, 2020, a friend showed me. And it's supposed to be 333 all the way to our date. I forget, it was 303 days. Let's see if I can pull that up and figure out how he got that. Well, I can get it right here. It's 303 weeks and 3 days. And that might have been what he told me. I thought it was something in 303 days. But yeah, there's your 333 right straight across. Everything about Sean Connery will be studied, good Lord willing. The Man Who Would Be King, of course, with Michael Caine. Are you kidding me? That's a must. So anyway, let's keep rolling. So it's 22, Dr. Strangelove and How We Learned to Love the Bomb or whatever. 22, the 22nd prime number is 79, which is murder in simple gematria. It would be that on our murder day. And it's fused with the address of representing Rising, One World Trade Tower. Neil Armstrong, the first man to pretend that he walked on the moon. Like Sting, I hope my legs don't break walking on the moon. Song, Walking on the Moon. The Police. November 23rd, 1979. November 23rd, 1979. $17,077. Ah, now Rising Day, 17,079. So it's kind of a reversal of Death and Rising, which we don't hate that. And then if we run that to the date they pretended that they walked on the moon, I wonder if they coded anything in that. 3778. If you include both dates, it's 3779. Number 37 is a prime number for the church as its 12th prime number. And 37 divides evenly into 111 all the way through 999, which includes, of course, 666, 777, 888, 333. Yeah, that's interesting. All right. Regatta de Blanc. Message in a bottle, too. So Neil Armstrong, August 5th, 1930. 35,086 on Rising Day. Well, the church does have to be 86th, doesn't it? But what's so cool is on our event day, which bounces off of May 8th, it's the mirror of May 8th. It's 508 or May 8th baked right into the days. 35084. Perfect. That's what this is all about. The last one, it's got 58 in the URL. On May 6th, 2004. The last one to the Rising Day. Remember, that was what the girl clicked in Leave the World Behind that ended the movie. 8,148 days to Rising. 148 is Donald J. Trump and Sybil Gematria. Can you get any better than that? Well, you can't. 58 in the URL. You're watching this on your smart TV, aren't you? So you can see all the fine print. Neil Armstrong, July 20th, 1969. We've already done this before, but you run the lunar landing to the Rising Day, and we have 285, the address of Fulton Street at One World Trade Tower, which represents Rising. Look at the hours begin with 500, 500, which is in Strong's Concordance, G500 is Antichrist, followed by 568 hours. 68. Look at the months begin with 68. The weeks on Murder Day, 79 is in the weeks, 2979. Even if you back it up 2 days, it's still the same, just 4 days to 2 days. Palpable how perfect all this is. Ain't No Mountain High Enough, July 16th, 1970. From the album, I don't think it bounced much. But then from the album, why did I like it better? I don't even remember. Taco Bell franchise, Taco Tuesday and all that, President Business, March 21st, 1962. When you run that to our event day, it's got 33 in the days. Other than that, not very satisfying. What was this, McDonald's? Oh, remember, 5/15, 1940. And And there's Trump to the opening of McDonald's? No. Taco Bell? I can't remember. Taco Bell, Wikipedia, but I saw 322. So let's make sure. March 21st, 1962. 5/15, 1940. What was that? Oh, hang on. Yeah, May 15th, 1940. Usually I have it in back of the day, so I know what the world I'm looking at. May 15th, 1940 was when McDonald's was when it began. Trump, Ronald McDonald, the Golden Arches, Arch of Triumph, all that good fun stuff. 222 code. The other McDonald's, when it went into a corporation, April 15th, 1955, there's your 322 code right there. And then we run it to our event days, and it's a palindrome. Beginning of McDonald's, 31513, same number backwards and forwards, 86 in the years. Folks, utter perfection. The other day to McDonald's to Rising Day, 26067. If you run it to event day and include both dates, 26066, you have 666 coded. Do we have our date? Of course we do. We've known it for a while now. We've known it for a while now, haven't we? If we're correct, praise the Lord for that. My name is Earl. I got my reasons. September 20th and May 14th, 2005 to 2009. 7646 to Rising Day, 11 months, 7 days for Revelation 11:7, the Rising Bible verse. Perfect. The ending of it to murder date, representing ending. Include both dates. We're always allowed to do that. 6,313 days. Zerbruder film 313 headshot. Perfect. Nailed it. Secretariat. March 30th, 1970. 33. Did you know that Secretariat to our event day is not only a palindrome of 20602 in their fake sports world, but 602 is Revelation and Strong's Concordance. Bingo, boingo, bango. Film Secretariat. Might as well hit that while we're at it. .285 Fulton Street, right there in the URL. Fused with 1028, the Gateway Arch date. September 30th, and of course, October 8th for 88. Let's crush it. 2010, let's go. 88 for October 8th. Wow. 5802 for our May 8th, and that was his number. His football number was 02. Over to the 28th. His death, May 8th, 5800 even. Wow. in September 30th, 2010. $58.08. There it is. 88. Perfect. Y'all don't think this hasn't all been about what I've told you about May 8th, the personal cipher? Doggone right it has. Trolled since birth. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Everything's the will of the Lord. Malcolm X. 12,333 days to event day. 761 is in the weeks, which is total verses of both end times gospels. Malcolm X. Malcolm X has 79 in the URL. November 18th, 92. Got it. The man, May 19th, 1925, and then February 21st, 1965. To our event day, he is 88 in the days. 369, 88. They're perfect 369 numbers. They love those numbers. 121, Antichrist is in the months, of course. And on Rising Day, it goes to 1216, which is 121 Antichrist fused with 216, which is 6 times 6 times 6, and James Bond's car tag. Want to show you that? Let's go to Rising. Oh, my bad. I am glad I didn't lie to y'all. And there, I'll tell you what it does do. It goes to 138. 101 years, 3 months, 8 days for Donald Trump in simple gematria. Yeah, I was thinking 6 days. I was over here with the weeks. When you go past 6 days, it rolls up the weeks. I'm in months. Stupid. Sometimes I'm just dumb as a box of rocks, and I can't help it. The death, allegedly, of Malcolm X to our 825 date. 22,466, 22nd prime number 79, which is murder in simple gematria. And this is to our murder date. When you run it, then the 66th book of the Bible is Revelation. When you run it to 38 is also in the months, which is death and murder, as we've shown you many times. When you run it to the rising day, including both dates, there's your 68. 22,468. 61 years, 6 months, 7 days. 67 is coded, which we've been over many times what that 66 meme is. Hillary Clinton. You just got to, don't you? She's 1386 in the English gematria, which in the simple is Donald Trump fused with 86. But she's 28,795. 28,793 on event day. 79 perfect for the event. And so she just knocked that out of the park. Got the 79 murder to the murder date. Kamala, October 20th, 1964. Did you know to the event date she's 22, 589 days? Did you know that 589 is Donald Trump in the Jewish Hebrew gematria, the most biblical? 322 is in the weeks. It's actually 3227, which we just got through looking at 3227. That was Trump's amount of days to the founder, or I'm sorry, to the opening of McDonald's or whatever. 22,589, 22nd prime number is murder, or is the 22nd prime number is 79, which is murder in simple gematria. I say that so many times. I really do. I think get tired of saying it. But look at Kamala to the murder date. Got his name in the most biblical gematria calculator, the Jewish Hebrew, saying 22, which we just told you what that was. along with 322 in the week. Come on. That's why these people are put on the stage. Ice Station Zebra, October 23rd, 1968. 149 is Antichrist in reverse ordinal gematria, because he comes up out of the North Pole, which is, it's the melting. Look at that, 66 is right there, which, remember, so it's 66 and 68, the two penthouse. It's everything. You've been watching these videos, y'all. 121 Antichrist in the URL, Ice Station Zebra. When you run it to the rising day, it's 21, 127. It doesn't crush anything other than Tower 1, Tower 2, Tower 7. But other than that, it's pretty vanilla. But I had to show you all the symbolism of breaking through the ice. I mean, that's really what that was all about. Home Alone 2 that Trump was in. Home Alone 2, 333 to Rising Day. 761 in the weeks. That's the one we were showing you earlier. Now, I think we broke the code of the 4269 James Bond's car tag. Let me show you what it is. 4269 times our event day. 7988. 79 is murder. 88 is his last name. Let's hit that. It's 8 times 25 times 2026, 4052 times 4269. It literally says murder in his name. So it hits that code. In other words, it's a cipher code in the three-dimensional chess realm. Now, remember the rising day, 8 times 27 is 216, James Bond's car tag, times 2026. Remember, it gives us 761, the total number of verses in Daniel and Revelation combined, 357 plus 407. I mean, 357 plus 404. When you multiply that times 4269, so now rising day times the code, you literally have the 86ing, which is to eliminate, being reversed, which represents rising, to 68, 868. We've told you in previous videos that that's what 868 stands for, or 686. And then it has the date of it. 1, the rising of the death. 1, 827, which is the date. So the James Bond car tag of 4269 is a cipher that bounces off. I'm the only one that uses this kind of math. Trolled since birth. Got it. No problem. Like we've been telling you. Madonna's reinvention tour. Well, Madonna was dressed as a president. Madonna reinvention tour poster. She's dressed in like the president's wigs. Then over here, she's like the alien reinvention. But it was all about, it's of course what the Antichrist goes, he's reinvented, he's risen. It's death and rising ritual. The reinvention tour, I guess, began on 9/14. Maybe that's why I've got it here. It began on May 24th in Inglewood. Reinvention Tour, May 24th, 2004 to September 14th. Oh, I put the end date here. I got both dates. Okay. So the beginning date of May 24th, there's your 128 for May 8th, the 128th day of the year. And or when he rises, when he's reinvented, it's the mirror, it's 128 days remaining in the year. Better said, that's what that's for. My bad. And the end date, there's 11-3 coded right there. 21 years, 11 months, 13 days. 11-3 is coded. Zapruder film 313 is coded months and days. 263.13. 313 is coded. Other than that, not that much to it. What else? Is that all our prep? Did y'all notice the brain fog setting in? Especially at the beginning of the video? My apologies. Part 40. Love you.